This book was incredible. I was a little intimidated by the size of the book, but it was on, I think it was like on Oprah Winfrey's, list, and I was like, who am I to question Oprah Winfrey? It follows the life journey of a young girl in the early 1900s South India, a location and a time period I know absolutely nothing about. But she marries into this family where in every generation, at least one person has died of drowning. The writing is so good. And it was just a wonderful introduction for me to that country, to the words. He uses a lot of, I'm assuming it's Hindi words, or is it Malayali words? I'm not sure. But it's just such a wonderful way to introduce an audience who isn't familiar with that. And over time, as you read more into it, you start to understand, what those words mean, just from context, right? There's this one part in this book on this family plot of land. There is an elephant who lives on it or roams on it. I don't know if he lives on it or he's free roaming. I'm not really sure. But you start reading the book, you're not thinking, there's gotta be an elephant. Or at least I didn't. And the way he introduced this character, I suppose, was so magical. He didn't just say, here comes an elephant, approaching the main character, who at the time is 12. But he first describes the elephant's eye and how it appears in the window. And at first you're like, what the fuck is that? And then he describes the flickering of the elephant's ears, and then the trunk and the movement of the trunk. And then he describes the presence, the largeness of the animal, especially in the eyes of a young girl. And just the way he described it, I was literally reading it and I just felt like I had been transported to there. I felt like I was actually there. He introduces new characters, and the way they weave in and out of the story, is quite magical. And there's a lot of loss. There's a lot of grief. There's a lot of sort of little bits of twists and turns, but this was a fantastic book.